Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Show. I'm joined here today with
Alex.
And we are looking at these, what are they? Robots. And what is the name of the silver robot?
I don't know.
You can call him whatever you like. We'll call it Mr. Shooty Robot because I can see here there's a door in the top and it's got discs can shoot out of its mouth. However, it does seem to have a remote control infrared receiver there, so it probably came with a remote control originally. Looking in the mouth though, it does have sensors to detect the whole disc status, which is pretty cool. It also seems to have a TV screen here with some anime type characters there. You can see them there. That probably runs around, and there's a button. Power. So we're probably going to put some batteries in these. I think these must have come from a charity shop or something. I'm not quite sure where they're from. But let's just battery them up and see what's going to happen. So what do you think the blue robot's going to do? Does it have any powers?
The blue robot makes a noise when you press the button.
Ah, what kind of noise does it make? Oh, that's a good noise. That sounds more like music. Is it music or is it a noise?
This bit is when he's moving his feet.
I like that. That's definitely.
It doesn't do that anymore.
Why doesn't it do it anymore?
I don't know.
But did it ever do it? I think these are new, aren't they? I've never seen them before. But let's put some batteries in anyway. For the boys and girls at home are desperate to see what Mr. Silver Robot's going to do. I know I am. What do I need to use this for?
Screw.
That's true. Right, I think that's in as much as it's going to go. Turn it on. It is activated. Wowee.
Hello, my little friend. I am Superman #1.
Hi, Superman #1. I like
I have
this.
strong power. I can rock.
Oh, yeah.
I can blast missiles. I can dance with you.
Is he dancing?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good
And also,
robot.
I can go walk with you. You are my little master now. Request instructions.
Wowee. And then I think it's waiting now for the remote control. Done. That's a cool robot. I do like that.
Why is the thing's not shooting out of its mouth?
Why isn't it shooting out its mouth? Okay, let's see if we can sort that out then. Let's have a look. So there is a shooting spring in here. You can see it moves back and forward and it should fire out these discs. I think maybe it doesn't shoot them necessarily. Hang on, let me put them in for you. I don't think it shoots them unless it's got the remote control, but we'll pop them in later.
What remote control?
I would have had a remote control because I guess it's not £2.50 originally. Right, let's put this aside for now. Let's see what this robot will do. What do you think this robot will do?
I know. It makes music and stamping noises.
Thumping noises.
Stamping.
Oh, stamping noises. Okay.
Daddy,
Yeah.
those batteries are red because it doesn't work.
Mummy's gonna hoover my room, and I put all the toys out, so Mummy's gonna hoover it now.
Oh, okay.
They're all over the place.
I'm going to hoover all over the place, eh?
Yeah.
What amazing times we live in. Right, so we're going to put this robot together, boys.
Yeah.
And the boys and girls at home are going to guess what it's going to do.
Yeah. I know what it's going to do because I had it.
Oh.
I pressed the on button at the back.
Oh, okay.
See?
Oh, cool, that just popped out.
What did just pop out?
It's got a
See?
chest gun.
It's moving.
But why is it leaning forward so much?
It's broken.
broken.
It's broken.
Yeah.
Is its legs broken? How did that happen, boys?
I don't know. It always does that.
Oh no, it's okay now. Let's go.
Oh! Look.
It's going to move forward.
Uh-oh.
It's not working properly.
Right, so this one's definitely got some leg issues. Shall
That
I?
one's not working properly.
Alright, should we have a look in the leg, see what it can do?
Yeah.
Ah,
I think the leg's going to come off.
you think it's going to come off?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think
I won't screw in it.
Yeah. Oh, it is come off. I'm going to take them both off for a second, alright?
Fine.
Because I want to see how it works. And then we'll pop them back on as soon as we're happy.
I think that one's going to be red on that leg.
Red on that leg? Okay.
Yeah. That one is the left leg.
Okay.
Oh, it's not red.
Okay. Right, let's fire it back on.
It's not going to move.
I do like this music. Hey. Careful now, where's the screw gone?
that.
There, don't touch it.
And
Right. Okay, right, I can see what it can do. It's got basically a cam in the leg, so you can see it's actually moving around in a circle. Yes, boys. And then inside each leg, it has, and you can see, can you leave these alone for a second? I want to show the boys and girls at home something. You can see it basically has a linkage to keep the angle of the foot right, and you can just about see the pieces in here. And it's kind of, oh, and the knee as well. That one's broken, and that one is also broken. So
both of them are broken.
if I fix it, boys, are you going to keep it fixed?
Yeah.
Somehow that seems unlikely to me. So why don't you boys take this away and go play with it? And I'm going to have a look at this.
If I'm allowed to have my Star Wars toy now.
You want your Star Wars toys? I think that's a Christmas toy, boys.
What is? That's Star Wars.
Can you close the door, boys? Thank you. Right, so now we're back on course for a normal kind of teardown video. I did like that silver robot. That did actually look. The bee's knees. The bee's knees, indeed. Now I'm not sure on the value of me actually repairing this, because knowing my boys, it's going to be very short-lived. But at the same time, I don't know, I kind of feel I've invested now a pack of batteries. So I could take those batteries out, put them on a shelf, or I can fix the robot. I'm guessing those of you who do watch and are probably possibly even screaming at the screen are saying, what? There's not even a choice here. You've got to fix the robot. Clearly, that is the proper answer. Always fix the robot. That could be on a graphical tee, couldn't it? So if I'm looking at how it's constructed, it's quite interesting. It does seem that this blue piece is captivating the other piece. I'm not sure it does really move like a knee. There's a little bit of flex in that, but I don't think it's actually supposed to. It's probably just kids mashing it. Let's see if we can get these screws out. I remember, like, as a kid, you used to always dismantle stuff and lose the screws. And nothing's really changed. Nothing has changed at all. But if it's possible to actually repair the leg in a kind of a robust way, I mean, I'm thinking you could glue it, but glue in kids only has a sort of, limited lifespan. Right, look at this. Perhaps it's not feasible even. Look at, where's this extra bit from? So you actually do have a knee there. Look, there is a knee, and then there's this part here which has got like some sort of cam. But I can't see, even looking at the that piece there, where would this part go? And it's almost like, is there another part further in the leg that's been snapped off? Doesn't seem to be. So how would these two pieces connect somehow? That definitely looks like there ought to be a part for it to lock into. Although, maybe, is it something to do with the main leggy bit? No, no such luck. It's a mystery, all right. Bloody hell. Let's have a look at this one. It's still kind of intact. So you've got this as sort of a bearing, forming a bearing, and then this one's also got that round circle bit at the top. Ah, okay. So the round circle bit does imply it goes around this part here. So there you can see there is some interface with that. So this be sticking up. Sticking up like so. Ah, okay. So I'd be guessing it sticks like that. That's the leg bones connected to that bone. And then this piece would have had a ring around it. You can see there, and that ring would have gone around this inner part. And then that would lock it all together. And that would be a whole leg thing. So I don't think we can fix it because I think that bit's missing on that. Let's see how this one fares. I think I'll just turn that on. I think it had some nice music. I kind of want to hear a bit more of that. Is that it? That's all you get? There's proper Pacific Rim robot jocks type action there on that thing. Right, let's crack this one open. Dang! Gone in exactly the same way, but again, distinctly lacking that kind of bit that this would link into. So I suppose I could have a go at gluing these on. Oh, we've got the last little bit, the last little squiz of Handy Andy's resin there. Let's clear a little space. This is the sort of project that I kind of promised I wouldn't bother starting because I've got other things to do. And these are pretty kind of low value projects in that they'll break instantly with my kids. But I can't just leave it. I can't let it lie. It's a robot. It might not be, you know, an amazingly impressive robot. It might not do much, but it is a darn robot. And robot needs to live. It's like Johnny 5 all over again. Johnny 5 is alive. Let's get that resin mixed up. So I'm not sure what it's going to do without that bit. I mean, the leg bone's connected to the something bone. I think it'll just not walk properly, that's all. But it should walk a bit better. At the moment it's doing that sort of Michael Jackson moonwalk thing where it's just leaning totally over. And it did kind of bind up. You heard the motor going. That's because it was just binding up the motor. So this should stop the motor binding at least. Buttered that on. That's like butter. Now which one went where? That went there. That definitely didn't go there. Good. I'm going to bend that over like that, like so. Let's see how we're going to do this. Get that in there. That's going to be fine. Put that on there. So this is a quick setting resin. It's got a very quick pot life, so you don't want to hang around too much if you can help it. I'm just trying to manhandle that one. Get your filthy paws off of me. Yeah, I'm not sure. Should have probably worked out how to hold this all together first. Just maybe, if it'll stay there for a sec while I get my soldering iron on, I'll be able to do the old trick with the tacking it with the soldering iron. Melt the two pieces of plastic together long enough for the resin to take over, and that gives me the opportunity to throw on basically as much resin as I can, jam it into that area, if I can figure out a way of holding this in a sort of three-dimensional way. That's probably something I should invent, shouldn't it? The sort of 3D version of those crappy helping hands for model makers. Don't breathe in the fumes. It's full of resin. Ah! That didn't work, and I can smell like meat. I think that's me though. I'm smelling the human meat. Don't slip again. Whew, that stinks. Problem is of doing these bloody things in the winter is that things like these resins just don't cure. They just don't cure right away. How else could you do it? Maybe acetone? Acetone might set a bit quicker. Super glue? We've got a lot of options. A lot of options here. Maybe I'll just see if I can line it up in some sort of way that makes sense. Come on. Get on there. It's a nightmare. It's a disaster. Let's leave that one. Let's see if we can do something with this one first before applying resin. If that works out, then we'll apply the technique back to the other side. So I'm going to go again with the soldering iron. I think that's a doer. Come on now. Stitch. Ooh. That's nice. It worked really well that time. I think that's strong enough to take some resin now. I'm just going to take the resin then, literally just butter it on. Just like that. So you can see it's nicely buttered on. Bada bing, bada bong. Now let's go back to this thing. Before all our resin completely hardens, I'll just clean this off again. Let's try. Oh, we've got a nice bit of tissue on there too. It's slightly sticky because the resin is starting to cure now, but I'm just going to do the same. I think the resin was actually stopping it from doing that, but now it can't, so put that in. Butter, bada bing, bada boom. I wonder if this is how they repair robots in Pacific Rim. Did you ever watch the cheap, nasty sci-fi channel type movie? I think it was called Atlantic Rim or something. It was the kind of movies they bring out to fool your gran at Christmas, and you go, "Oh, I believe young Timothy wanted that movie about the robots in the rimming in the Atlantic," and then he gets his his DVD, and he's like, "FFS, Nan, what did you get me? This is not what I ordered from Father Christmas, and I insist you take it back to John Lewis and completely refund me money. I didn't pay because it's a gift." Right, enough of that nonsense. We've got the first bit done, and now we've got that other piece in there you can see that's kind of a ring looking for an eye. I wonder, I'm going to go and have a little rummage. I kind of think if I glue a washer onto there, that might just work. Just enough to test it with anyway. Okay, have a look. I've got this bit now. This is a bit of a PCB material, and I sort of drilled a couple of holes in the back. I'm just going to check they're the right kind of diameter, and yeah, they're totally not. Not to worry though, I'm not done yet. What I'm going to do is basically, you can see the end stub. Focus! I'm going to just line this up like that and say, right, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right there. Wait for it, right there. I'm just going to check the parallax because I know through the camera lens it could be wrong. And then I'm just going to mark it with a blade, a sword, like that, straight across, and using some snippers. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same for the other side. The other side, lad. And now I've got two things what I can glue in there. And I'll show you my tweezers. I can glue that in right there like that. And now I've got a new leg joint, don't I? Which might or probably won't work. Still, first things first, I'm going to go ream these holes out a bit and then we'll glue them in. Crikey. That's some reaming. Whoops. Resining the sheep. Resin. Ah, no. Get off. Resining the sheep. We will keep rejoicing whilst resining the sheep. Right. Got my holes reamed out. And I've scuffed up the rear end. You can see that possibly if you squint hard enough on your 4K telly. But the rears are scuffed up, but just trust me on that, it's fine, you'll be able to see that momentarily. These joints are okay, good. I can move them around now without fear of these leg bones falling out. Did I just put my elbow in that resin? Bloody hell, that was close. Right, gonna paste this butter, this rich butter on here. Bada bing, bada boom. Boosh. And I'm going to use my tweezers. One tweezer letter. That's pretty damn good. Let's do the same on the other side. Tried to run, I tried to hide. Put your tweezers on the other side of the joint. So what I might need to do, and by might I mean definitely need to do, is to splodge, that's the technical term. Done, that's good. Done, that's good. I want it kind of just exactly where it needs to be. And then I'm going to take a bit more of this and paste it just ever so gently on the top. Let it settle where it wants to settle. Boom. And that's going to hold that there for about 1 second before it snaps off. But for that 1 second it's going to be glorious. And we will bear witness to what this robot can do. It'll be like that Beastie Boys video. I want to say intergalactic. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic, another dimension. Sheesh, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension. Okay, I think we're there. Right, let's let these settle now, and we will be joined again with the Beastie Boys. Clearly, you thought they were in there with me at that time. Then the robot may live. Dr. Armstrong's Robot Factory. Yeah, no, that's not going to work, is it? See you in a sec. That's been long enough, or at least my patience has expunged. Right, let's see if we can fit this little joint in. Yeah, it does fit. But it is hitting. It's hitting. Because I do have a big blob of resin where there should be nothing. Now, in the intervening time, I will have you know I've already fixed a lightsaber for one of my kids and some other toy, and I can't even remember what it bloody is now. So many of them. Who is it? Oh, there they are. Wanting me to fix something else, no doubt. Give me 5 minutes, please. 5 minutes. Ooh, look at that. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let's try the other one. Ah, oh, dearie me. Just had another kid negotiation. They want the Star Wars toys. Star Wars toys comes with great responsibilities, mainly in the keeping of your bedroom clean. Bribery. Right. I think it's pretty much there. There is a little tiny bit of extra glue, but I don't know. Alright, I'll just kind of saw it off. I wish they made scalpel blades with little saws. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? That you could just get in there to saw off a bit. A miniature saw. I think that's good enough. And just for belt and braces, I'm going to even lubricate that up. Oh, that went all over my bloody hand. Because I think it might last longer. Is that what it's supposed to do? I mean, I think that's what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do much more than that. I think that's fine. Pop that back on. Yep, that's the one. Is it? Yep. No. No, sir. It's this way round. How the heck did that even come off? It's a complicated toy. For a complicated lads. Yeah, seems to be requiring an awful lot of force. Way more force than you think would be needed. It's make me a bit worried when you need to force something like that. Really jam that in. But I think it's going. It's because there's all these little pins, and actually now that I'm looking at it, it was probably lucky to be able to take it off without actually dismantling the rest of the leg. I think we're there. Let's do the other one. When we were Ziggy's fans, Ziggy played guitar. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, that one's black. Bother. Makes me need to do the other one again now. The other one was no way near as smooth as this one is. Robotic limb restoration. Reminds me of that guy on Louis Theroux, the one who is the Reverend something or another who... incoming message from the big giant head guy. Do you remember that? That was great, man. That's probably my favourite guy. They're so mental. Right, this leg actually does seem to have gone together. I love it when a leg comes together. But it's... oh shit. Ha! I snapped it! I popped it! Like instantly that broke. I mean, oh what? You animal, Andrew, you animal! You broke it right away. What? That one's good. Ah! Try again. Okay. Oh, you are joking. The moment of truth. No! Oh well.
Did you fix it?
Some you win and some you lose.
Did you fix it, Daddy?